Drafted cornerbacks by the Arizona Cardinals. Joining us here in studio. Go ahead, Lon.
Yeah, pump this up. What is this?
Elijah?
Yeah, so it's Punk Jump Up to Get Beat Down by Brand New being one of my Pop's records. Producer, he produced this record. So I used the Rocky sample. So if you hear that in the background, understand where it's coming from. But yeah, that's my Pop's.
So when this is coming back, and he's like, "You guys do this on purpose? You guys put it on purpose? Yeah, we did a little research. We know you like that stuff. We know you like some of that music."
Yeah, but I'm impressed. Research is, I mean, sometimes it's like really hit and miss with you. So I'm impressed with this here.
I did my homework. I even tried to call C-Mel, but then he didn't answer the phone when I tried to call him. He called me back and I missed it. But no, I did my research on that. He's a big music guy, Elijah, big music guy.
Try to be.
I've been to Radio City Music Hall for shows. I saw the bars at Radio City. I saw Luther Vandross at Radio City Music Hall, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they got a lot. I mean, every year they also have like winter concerts and stuff like that. A bunch of people come back, have like 90s music nights, stuff. So it's really nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Max Melton, Elijah Jones joining us here in studio. Welcome to Arizona.
Appreciate it.
Sorry we brought the curtain of hellish heat with us, but you better get used to it. This is how it is. Real generic. I mean, so far going through the voluntary OTAs. Now you're about a month away from training camp. Is it kind of what you thought? How does it kind of live up to your expectations? Max, I'll start with you. How does all of this live up to your expectations of being a professional football player?
I'm not gonna lie, it's everything I thought it would be. I come from Rutgers University. You know, Graciano's the head coach, so like every day was hard. Like he lets you know in the recruitment process, like yo, it's gonna be hard here. So it was hard for 4 years and stuck through it. Got drafted here, and now I just feel like everything's falling into place. And all credit goes to him because I really went through that fire. You know what I'm saying? So being here and just practicing, meetings and stuff like that. Some people can get overwhelmed, but like to me, it's just like cake work. Like, yeah, this is what I'm meant to do.
You were 4 years at Rutgers?
4 years.
And Elijah, you were 14 years at Boston College. I mean, you were there in the 90s. Weren't you there in the 90s playing?
6 years, 2 different head coaches, 3 different position coaches. So
6 years.
Yeah.
I'll give you more.
Even Max is like, whoa.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, who was that quarterback? That Brandon Whedon? Was he like 28
he was 28 when he came out. Yeah.
Nobody played more games at Boston College than you did.
No,
Nobody.
literally in the history books, most games played at BC.
Now, Max, I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
Week 6, Lambeau Field against your brother. I was looking at some of those comments, man. He said, "Man, I used to get him all the time." He's circling that week 6 at Lambeau. You against Bo Melton, 7th round pick of Seattle. Now he's on Green Bay. All right, I'm going to say he gets targeted 5 times. You're covering him 1-on-1. How many catches does he get?
0.
0.
Yeah.
So like
he's not going to make 1 catch.
No, sir.
He can't beat you. He doesn't know the route to run to get you?
He knows. Yeah. He knows all that. Like he said before, like growing up, like he always used to win. Always. So I gotta get him back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you never got him before.
Never got him before because like, you know, we go through puberty. It's like we have a 3-year age difference. You know what I'm saying?
He's just always bigger and stronger.
He was always bigger and stronger. So like he can run any route. He would just beat me on it. But it did get me better as a youngin'. So but now I like to think it's a different story. So
I'm glad you said we had Trey Benson on a few weeks ago.
I
gotta tell you, did you guys hear this?
Did you guys hear about our
So we were on the phone with Trey. So Trey's on with us, right? He's like, we're talking about. So I bring up this comment that his boy Jared Verse wants to kill him.
I did see that.
And then he's like, Jared's right here. Put him on. Jared grabs the phone. He's like, I'm gonna knock the paint off his helmet. I'm gonna break his ribs. I'm gonna he was just going off about it. He was gonna kill his friend.
Nah, that guy's different. Yeah. That guy's different, man. I see him on my phone all the time. He different.
He's different.
Yeah.
Jared Verse?
Yeah, LA, right?
Yeah.
He's different. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, are you okay knocking your brother down a few times?
Yeah, you know, when you get on the field, it's
just
just different. It's just different on the field. Like, obviously, after the play, after the game, clap it up, blah, blah, blah. But, like, this is different on the field.
You knock him down. Do you put a hand out and
help
him back up?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna help him up.
You're gonna help him up?
I ain't gonna, I will help him up, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
If I'm on the field, I might smack the hand away. Can't let that go.
Elijah's like, you can't do that, man. That's the opponent right there.
Get that away from me. Max Melton, Elijah Jones joining us here in studio. What about your ties with people who are in the NFL? I mean, I was going to ask you about Trey Benson's got Jared Verse. Max has his brother. Do you have somebody you're looking forward to playing Elijah or playing against or anything like that?
Yeah, I've seen a lot, through my 6 years just going through and through. And I have a lot of ties to the Packers. I mean, my head coach, Jeff Hafley, going to be the new DC over in Green Bay. And then the running back I played 2 years with, A.J. Dillon's in Green Bay. Also one of our outside linebackers, Isaiah McDuffie. So just like a lot of people that I played with are on that team. Then also I have one of our guards, Christian Mahogany's on the Lions. So every time in practice when he pulls, I make sure that I try and go get him. So if I can get that opportunity in the game, definitely want to try and put that hammer down.
So I'm a big believer in, multiple sports. It's so hard these days because everybody's specialized. You play what, football and basketball?
And I ran track and I played baseball.
Track? Max, what'd you do?
Football, basketball, track, and soccer.
Soccer?
Yeah. Soccer would have been my second sport.
No way.
Like,
really?
track, all right, cool. Like, I was fast, but, in order to make it in track, you got to have, world speed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But soccer was definitely my second sport. Like, I played midfield, so I'm, the guy, literally offense, defense, just everywhere on the field. So, yeah, I loved soccer. I had to stop when I was in high school because it got in the same season as football, so I kind of had to pick one.
Who you rooting for in Euro Cup?
I'm Ronaldo. I'm a Ronaldo guy. But
Ronaldo?
Yeah, I'm a Ronaldo guy.
All right, we go for Italy here on this show.
Yeah, all right.
We're pulling for the time.
What's this Wii stuff, Kemosabe?
Yeah.
I got no ties to Italy. I don't know what you're talking about. Is this Wii thing?
My daughter played Division I soccer.
Oh,
She
yeah?
was a terrific soccer player here, won 5 state championships, and played Division I soccer at Loyola Chicago.
Super tough.
Yeah,
Super tough.
great sport. Love watching soccer. Elijah, football, basketball, how did you decide to become, because you loved basketball, right?
I did. So
we were talking about Felipe Lopez and Lamar Odom, me and you, and we were talking about all the New York playground legends, me and you, before off the show, but why did you choose football over basketball?
So my grandfather was one of the founders of this referee group called Saboa. So Saboa does AAU, high school, some low-level college, stuff like that. So my grandfather was reffing for about 40 years. And then after he was done, my dad was reffing after he finished playing basketball at Virginia State. And then my oldest brother, he's 6'7", so of course, we hooped. And he ended up going to UConn and playing at Central Connecticut. So for me, it was always the expectation, to go play basketball. And I loved it. It was super fun. And my dad was one of those real intense parents on the sideline that would be yelling, hands up, or after I throw a turnover.
That was him.
They pointing at each other. It was both of y'all.
We're pointing at each other. That was totally him.
I got kicked out of one game.
Yeah,
I got kicked out of one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My daughter picked up some girl. My daughter was a physical, she was 5'1", but
what
she was
position?
Physical. Midfield.
Oh, yeah. Solid,
Yeah, she was a midfielder. She's very violent, violent kid. Slide tackles her, picked the girl up, tossed her on the head. Once she punched the girl in the face. I was yelling at the ref because they gave her a yellow card and they kicked me out too. Said, you got to leave. They wouldn't start the game until I was in a parking lot.
So after that, it was just I seen it happen with my brother as a youngin', going to his games and being next to my dad and feeling a little embarrassed, as everything's kind of going on. So once it came my turn, I was like, all right, well, I know I'm not going to pursue this all the way through. Let me take it as far as I enjoy it, and then after that, I'll go play football.
How'd your dad take it?
Once he saw the success I had on the field, he took
Okay.
it well. I mean, you can't just discredit that, but I still played basketball through high school, so it was cool. But
yeah, not trying to psychoanalyze you or anything.
No,
I'm
but
curious
I was literally
because
just
it sounds like basketball was almost kind of like the family business, right? To a certain extent, and to not do it, I just wondered how that went over.
Yeah, no, it was funny. It was funny. I had to do a lot of explaining.
What did you have to explain?
The health issues. The movie Concussion with Will Smith came out, and then my grandparents and everybody was like, "Oh, you don't want you playing football and stuff." And I was like, "Look, it's taking me places. Just believe me, it's taking me places." So it will work.
You almost had to sell them. You almost had to convince them.
Wow. And then I'm a long, lanky frame. Oh, you're too skinny. You can't play football. Stuff like that. So. Toss all that stuff to the side, and it was fun.
I'm blown away by Max playing soccer, though. I'm just blown away.
I'm telling you.
Up to what age?
All the way to high school,
right?
so about 12, 13, whatever. Yeah.
Right, up to high school.
And that would have been
Yeah.
your second choice.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude,
sure.
you're a big dude. You're not built like Elijah.
No, I wasn't always super Aki. I don't know if y'all say Aki out here, but that mean big, muscular. Yeah, stocky. Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
Exactly. So,
Were you just killing people in the midfield?
Bro, I was just moving. I was doing football moves out there, but with a soccer ball. So I get on somebody's toes real quick with the ball, boop, 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 right around them, go score a goal.
All right, back here on the Burns and Gambo show with Max Melton and Elijah Jones. We just had the funniest conversation off the air because these two East Coast guys getting used to living in Arizona. And
Yeah.
Snakes? Seen
I've been
snakes?
there.
Yep, I go hiking all the time, see snakes all the time. What about scorpions? Oh, yeah, scorpions. You're going to, and both Chris Melvin, the fine PR guy for the Cardinals, just get your house sprayed. You'll be fine. It's not that big of a deal. But they were both What do you mean, scorpions?
It's like,
I'm
don't
telling
talk
you, no, you can't do the scorpion. You talking about they'll be in your house?
Yeah,
they will be in your house.
No, sir.
You will. You will have one in your house at some point.
That is insane.
You will. You'll have one in your house.
Yeah, it's
And they're hard to see.
I saw one in the pool, at the bottom of the pool at the hotel, at the team hotel. A scorpion at the bottom of the pool.
Okay, last year I had a rattler in my pool. I didn't know. I walked towards the post. There was a freaking rattler there. I got the skimmer. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna let you live. Just don't come back. Yeah. I'm talking to it. Me and the rattler.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you guys a picture. Me and the rattler, we're talking, and I said, look, I'm gonna let you. So I take him and I put him in the skimmer. And I put him over the fence, and I said, I looked at him. He looked at me, and I said,
Don't come back. Don't come around here no more now.
I didn't kill you. Just don't come back. I haven't seen him.
Do they always make that noise? What they tell?
Oh, when you get close.
Oh,
if you get close.
So that's we're like doing rattlesnake lessons here. You don't like if you're
One headphone
with
out.
the headphones, one headphone out because they will tell you get away from me.
Understood.
Like so you got to listen for the buzz, and when you hear the buzz, just like look around, see the snake, and just back away from it. It doesn't want to bite you. It doesn't want to mess with you. You just got to hear it because if you don't hear it,
then
that's when it'll get you. Yeah, that's when it'll get you. The things you talk about during the course. All right, so let's talk about you guys in the Arizona Cardinals. Let's talk about this room that you're in now where, I mean, let's be honest, the Cardinals need help at this position. They drafted 3 cornerbacks. They signed one in the offseason. Elijah, I'll start with you. What sense do you get of the opportunity now that's in front of both of you with the room that you've kind of walked into now with the Cardinals?
I think it's an opportunity for everyone within the room. You know, I feel like, yes, they drafted 3 corners. We also signed one in the offseason, but Sean is really kind of our only vet. It's a very young team. Stars only is in his 3rd year, I think. Keytrell's in his 2nd year. So it's just a lot of growth that's able to happen within the room, and we can all do it together, So ultimately, yes, it is competition, but at the end of the day, it's not anyone trying to overlook anybody else. It's all just kind of iron sharpening iron.
Max?
Exactly. Like he said, we all growing off each other. We're all mad young, like 2nd, 3rd year players and rookies. Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So we just growing as a room, and it's just all love in the room. Like, you come in there, like, the vets are helping me with this, that, and the third. Just even away from football. Like, I talked to Smurf, Sean Murphy Bunton a little bit, and they all just super cool, but we're all just looking forward to grow so we can grow as a team.
East Coast guys, did you guys know Garrett? Did you play against?
I played against Garrett.
Okay, so
4 times.
4 times.
I played him once.
So you guys have a relationship with that guy,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So how's that been since you've been together?
It was cool. Garrett was the first person that hit me up after I got drafted.
Okay.
So then we've been able to talk, and then of course, they beat us last year. His last year at Syracuse, and they planted the flag at our field at BC. And then after he left last year, I beat Syracuse, and I planted the flag in Syracuse Stadium. So
That is crazy.
we talked about that.
And
So we
Max,
talked about that.
didn't you, after you got drafted, you tweeted out a photo, right? Or you put on Instagram or something on one of your socials, a picture of you covering Marvin Harrison Jr., right?
Yeah.
So for you, and he was complimentary about you, and you were
Exactly.
complimentary about. So tell me about what that experience was like playing against him, and now that you're transferring it to this level here.
Best wide receiver in the nation coming out of college. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. And he just has a lot of physical attributes, some God-given, some like you can tell like, oh, he worked on that. Like he has this one specific release where he jumps off the line of scrimmage, fakes outside, goes inside, but it seems like it's the same step. Like he has a lot of God's gifts, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I played him for 2 years. His last 2 years he played significant snaps. So and I did pretty good against him. So I feel like that's why he recognized me when I got drafted. Like I think he said I respected his game, tweeted a picture of me and him. And but back to Garrett though. I played him once in college, and it was the best game I ever had my whole college career. My stats were I blocked a punt, I had an interception, fumble recovery, pass deflection, 2 tackles. Like, I was going off that game, and he's the reason I blocked the punt. Is the craziest part.
No, how?
So I'm coming off the edge, right?
Yeah.
Backtrack. My first day at Cardinals, he's like, I'm the reason you blocked that punt when we played y'all, right?
Did you know it?
So I'm the edge guy. Nah, I didn't even know it was Garrett that was supposed to block me. I'm coming off the edge. He's supposed to turn out and block me. He didn't. Left me scot-free, straight to the punter.
Yeah, a
blocked it.
straight line to the punter.
Straight line.
Is that the first time you ever blocked a punt?
That was my first block punt.
That was your first block punt?
Yeah, and then it trickled after that.
Look at you remembering that game, stat for stat, line for line, number for number, right up the top
That was the most
of your head.
complete game.
That was really cool.
I was blown away by you having 100 friends and family at your house.
Oh, for the
I
draft.
didn't have more than 5 friends.
Yo, so
how'd you
I'm
get
telling-
100 people at your house?
I'm telling my mom, because my brother is in the league too, so he had his draft party or whatever, and there was so many people. I'm like, okay, like, I'm telling my mom and dad, like, only people along the way, like, nobody else, only people along the way. So we started off with like 50, 60 people, right? Every single day, it's like, oh, I forgot this person. I forgot this person. I forgot this person.
It's like a wedding.
Within a week,
Keep adding.
within a week and a half, 50, 60 more people.
I
It's
saw the
120
video.
people.
I've never seen a house that full in my life.
Yeah.
I don't like there was so many people in his house, and then you were hiding a hat. You were hiding the Cardinal
Yeah,
hat.
you saw that? They was in the comments like he's a magician because I pulled it out some type of way, I guess.
Did
But
anybody in that room know that you had the Cardinal hat?
Nah. So they called me whatever. I don't tell anybody who's calling me, obviously. The only person saw it was my mom, I believe. And so I go to the back room. I had all the hats on the table, picked the hat, put it under my shirt, just wait for them to call me on the TV.
That was cool.
Whipped it out.
How many hats did you have back there?
All of them, I think.
Did you have all 32 hats back there?
I
just in
did.
case?
I did.
Wow.
And some of them were. I had multiple hats. Like Green Bay, I had multiple hats just in case. You know the
brother
brother
right.
connection. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, every team was on that table.
You got picked after Cooper DeJean, Kool-Aid McKinstry, and Kamari Lassiter.
Yep.
Is there any motivation there to be better than those guys?
Nah, I really just be focused on myself. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like
Some people get motivated by
yeah,
that.
nah, absolutely. And I think they should, but like I really just focus on myself because I feel like the time you waste. Nah, I don't want to say waste. The time you spend thinking about other people is like time that you could be getting yourself better. You know what I'm saying? So
It's a good way to
I
look
really
at
just,
it.
You know what I'm saying? I really just focus on my whole craft. Wish nothing but the best of those guys, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So they're in really good spots. I feel like I am too, and I'm just ready for the process this team. The process and the progression this team's going through right now to get where we want to be.
Elijah, you feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I had a different, road travel most than others.
How so?
Just being able to go from the Hula Bowl and then playing in the Senior Bowl afterwards, and just being able to have that exposure on all levels, and being able to be the highest player drafted out of the Hula Bowl ever, which is cool. Being able to be the highest corner drafted out of BC. Being the first person drafted from Harlem. So, just being able to have all those
Are you the
kind of
first
things.
guy drafted from Harlem?
I know that.
First
That's
guy drafted from
seriously?
Harlem.
super tough.
Yeah,
No one's ever been drafted out of Harlem.
no one.
Wow.
So being able to have that happen, I'm just able to take in everything, and not really, again, focus on all the other stuff. I was just blessed to be able to be put in the position. And, again, even just being 6 years in college, being 25 by the time my rookie season ends, I got a lot of different doors open to a lot of people.
We talk about it with the basketball draft as well. The Suns have a draft pick coming up. They like to take guys that have been in college for 3 or 4 years because they think those guys can come in and play right away. You guys have a lot of college experience.
Yeah.
How much of a benefit? Do you think 2 years ago, 3 years ago, could you have come to the NFL and played right away?
No, sir.
Not at all.
No, sir. I feel like football and basketball are different. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you have a 6'8" guard coming out of high school and he can only do 1 year, or he has the opportunity to only do 1 year in college and go to the NBA, you might can do that. You know what I'm saying? But in football, you take a 19-year-old and put Aaron Donald across the line, it's going to be a little different, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like the more years you spend in college, you will get more seasoned. And you can do 3 years and slide. And I think they're
3 years and be okay?
Yeah, exactly. You can do 3 years and slide. I believe in that. But if you were to do 1, 2, I think you'll go to NFL.
So after 3 years, you guys might have been, you might have been okay coming in?
Yeah, I might have been okay.
I wouldn't have.
You would not have.
I didn't get my first college interception until my 5th year of college. So for 4 years, it was straight PBUs. And then
And you had 7 career interceptions.
I had 7.
5 as a senior.
5 as a senior. So
You had 5?
I had
As a senior?
5.
5 as a
in
senior.
9 games.
That's research,
Yeah.
man. That's what we do
That's
here.
totally-
That's what we do. We're prepared. These guys are gonna walk out of here, man. Those guys were good. Those guys knew. They knew I liked Earth, Wind, and Fire. Elijah's like, hey, I know you like Earth, Wind, and
Everybody
Fire.
knows you like Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's. Well, look, guys, we enjoyed this, man. Thanks for coming down.
Nah,
We really,
appreciate
really
it.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Really do.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.